Yay! Happy Saturday, everyone. Or Sunday, in your case, Mr. Man from the future. Good evening, Greg Wells. Hello to Brother Doug. Hello to Shar. Have we got other folks in the room?
Nope.
Nope, that's it right now? Well, good. I'm sure folks will start popping in here before too long. So, pancakes and sausage. Yum. I don't mind doing breakfast for dinner sometimes. And we had hash browns were voted as the side dish for tonight. And Mrs. Old Guy won't be participating in that part of dinner.
And it was John that recorded.
It was John. Okay, so and I imagine he'll be along.
Probably.
And flan.
Yay.
For dessert. Yeah, so that's going to be pretty yummy. I think I'm going to add a little bit of rum to it, and I'll give it a little more flavor. Spiced rum, of course. And what else? I guess I'm going to probably start on this flan like pretty much right away, because it's going to take 40 minutes, or so to bake, and then there's going to have to be some cool down time. So
Eli says, will there be bacon?
Eli, good evening. Nope, I'm sticking to my guns this time. I want bacon, but I'm sticking to my guns. Menu called for sausage, so I'm having sausage.
Lisa and Wildman and Nez are all here.
Nez, Wildman, Lisa, good evening. Hope you two are doing well. I hope, Nez, you are also doing well. Welcome. Grab yourselves something cold out of the fridge. Always keep it stocked with your choice, right? Water, soda, a beer, one of them hard liquors, or not hard liquor, but like a hard cider. Help yourself. Sit at the table. I'm going to get stuff going here pretty quickly, I think, just so the flan has time to not only bake, but, a decent amount of time to cool. So let me get started with that. Oh. Can opener. One thing I didn't think about. Okay. So, a can of evaporated sweet condensed milk and a can of evaporated milk. There's my oven. Beeping at me, saying it's hot. I believe it.
Nez says she has apple cider.
Apple cider. Awesome. Apple cider is delicious.
Greg says, love the shirt.
Oh, thank you. I've had people ask me, you like the Eagles, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, the band, yes, but the football team, I don't care. I could care less. Yeah, I like the Eagles, but as far as that goes, anyway. I also like 25-cent yard sale T-shirts. All right, let's get the sweetened condensed in there. This is pretty simple, pretty basic. These, it's one thing about the old sweetened condensed. It is sticky. All right, let me get this off my hands. No. Okay. Well, I hope everyone has had a good week. It's been a pretty good week for Old Guy. Kind of doing this in reverse. I should be getting the caramel ready, but I also don't want there to be a lot of air bubbles in the flan, so I figured it wouldn't hurt for it to sit for that few minutes after I mix it up to get this caramel done. So, oh, let's not spill it. Let's not have an oh no this early. Okay, half a dozen eggs here. Just gonna dump them on in and get them mixed up. Well, I guess I'm not dumping it. Well, yeah, I guess I am. I'm egg dumping, guys. And just so you all know, I have made flan one other time. So, but it's basically a French custard also, except for they use like cream.
Greg says, so what are we doing tonight again?
Pancakes.
It's been like a century since I voted.
Pancakes and sausage. And I decided that since I have them and whatnot, I decided I should go ahead and have some blueberry pancakes. So, had some frozen blueberries. We're going to toss some in the batter.
And hash browns.
Hash browns? Yep. I'm having the hash browns. This old guy's having an extra 3 bites of a pancake.
Johnny's here.
Sorry?
Johnny.
Johnny! Good evening, sir. We are just whipping up a batch of flan here for our dessert. I want to make sure that's well incorporated. That looks good. We're going to let that sit for a minute. Get a couple of cans out of my way. Alright.
He said to save some hash browns for him.
Oh man. Love me some hash browns now. And since we don't have potatoes in the house very often, this is going to be a kind of a treat.
A rare occurrence.
Yeah, it is for me, absolutely. Just because Mrs. Old Guy can't have it, and there's a lot of potato dishes. It's just really not worth making a little bit of, like potato soup. I love potato soup, and I could take the time to peel, 1 or 2 little potatoes and stuff and make myself a little bit of soup, but nah, why bother? Anyway, all right. Enough of such mumblings. We'll get that a little whisk.
Yes, says Johnny followed me here.
That's good. All right, let me get a little sugar on here. A little bit more. Ooh, let's see here. There's a cup, and I want a little bit more just because I want a little extra caramel, okay?
I won't argue.
Nope. I haven't forgot my rum. I will put that in. Maybe I should do it now so I don't forget it. This is some Kraken spiced rum. That's about a half a shooter there. And I'm going to put in about a quarter of this one. I don't want to put in a whole one. I don't want a lot of rum taste. Just enough so you know it's there. All right.
Greg says, old guy, you don't need to build those caves. You just take away all the goodness.
Oh, I didn't say I was going to peel it, did I? No, sir. All right, let me get this. No, I mean under normal circumstances, I might peel it, but I don't mind potatoes with the peel on it either. So I can remember eating potato skins, put a little butter in there and some salt and pepper. Of course, now they It's all about the loaded baked potato skins, right? You know, the cheese and sour cream. And might as well just make a loaded baked potato and be done with it. So I can't walk away from this one. I'm gonna have to stand here and make sure that I don't turn my sugar black.
Greg says you're not mucking around with your rum.
No, I wanted enough to taste, but you know, I don't want to.
Says he's drooling.
I don't want that to be the biggest flavor. I still want that flan.
Eli says I love skin on taters.
Oh man, I don't mind like fries with skins on it. Not at all. Or if I eat a baked potato, I'll still eat the skin. You know, throw butter on it, or just eat it with the potato. Jordan, hey man, good evening. How are things in sunny Las Vegas? Is it sunny? Yes, sir. Getting some sugar melted for the flan. I got my souffle dishes here, ready to rock. Get it poured, wrapped, put in the oven. Anytime now. This is kind of like watching paint dry. Is that right? Wait for that to get hot enough.
Jordan says it's sunny, starting to get cold. Thank goodness.
Yeah. And what's cold there this time of year? I'm just curious. What's the temperature like during the, November, December months? Of course, the further into December we get, the colder it gets. I imagine it's the same way there, but just kind of curious where your average is at. Daytime highs.
Ness says I can smell the goodness from here in Ohio.
Can ya? That's awesome. Okay, starting to melt now.
That heart thing is right in the way. It makes it hard to see the bottom.
What are you talking about? This?
Right here on this heart thingy on this.
Oh, I know.
Jordan said about 65 at night, 75 and 80 during the day.
Okay, yeah. 65 is about as high as we get about now. That's a daytime high.
Yep.
We're getting into the 30s at night, sometimes 20s.
Yep.
We've had a few good freezes already. We did have just a little skiff of snow, like the day of Halloween or maybe the day before. Just wasn't even enough to pile up on the grass. We got a little bit on the sheet metal thing that I got covering our trash receptacle, and just a little bit on there, and it was gone. No, not much.
Eli says I love to boil fingerling potatoes with the skin on, and then giving them a smash in a cast iron pan and having a little smashed potato discs.
Oh yeah. Yes. Smash them and then put them back in the oven. Let them get really nice and crispy. Or fondant potatoes. Those are also really good. Okay. Just gotta let it sit here now. I should have done this on the larger burner.
Lisa said one night it was 28 at night in Ohio.
28?
Yep.
That's pretty chilly. Yeah, you probably get more snow there normally than we do here, probably, just because of where we are. Even though we're in the Colorado mountains mostly, this little valley sometimes we don't get hardly any, and of course, just like any other place, some years we get a bunch. But for in the now 11 years we've been up here, we haven't seen really bad snows, but a couple of times. Okay, now we're getting there.
Nez is in Newark, Ohio.
Okay. Well, Nez, you got a neighbor there. Lisa and the Wild Man, part of the Crazy Dad crew. Why don't you throw their link up for me? Can you do that? I'm going to put up a link for Crazy Dad crew. You should go over and check them out. Uncle Les, Wild Man, Tim, and Nate. Fun to watch. Good people, you know. Not trying to be something they ain't. Just like me. All right. Ooh, that's looking really good. Just a little bit more.
This should be good. Yum.
Yeah, it will. It's looking really nice. I don't want it to get much darker than that. I still have just a little bit.
Eli said was in the low 80s the other day. Had to run in the house quick so I didn't get frostbite.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. At that temperature, you're practically scraping icicles off in the ceiling, right? All right, let me get this. Oh, that looks really nice. That looks really nice. Let's get some in each one of these. Oh yeah. I did put a little pan spray in these. Where's that? Let's try and get all of it out, and that should be just enough for the 6. Oh yeah, that's just right. Ooh, getting it on your hand though, that burns a little.
No doubt.
All right, let me get this under some water. I do not want that to turn into rock solid candy, because I'll end up doing what I did anyway. Just put it in water and soak it. All right, I want to give that just a minute to kind of set a little bit. I don't want it to be too warm. When I pour this on, I don't want it to mix. Good evening. Welcome to Old Guy Kitchen on Saturday night, where I'm cooking what you guys have asked me to cook. And I picked that by picking names out of a basket, which I forgot to do last week. I was in such a rush to do. I was doing Rocky Horror Picture Show last weekend, which was an absolute gas. I'll get to that in a bit. But during all the excitement, I completely forgot to draw what's coming up for next week, and I have to draw twice so I can do the week after, and we'll be caught up. So anyway, grab yourself a cold drink out of the fridge, have yourself a seat. We are making pancakes and sausage for dinner. Pretty basic, pretty simple, requested by John. And Flan was the voted dessert for this week, and hash browns were the voted side dish to go with tonight. So, and we are just about ready to get flan in the oven. I'm just kind of letting the caramel that I just poured. I'm gonna let that chill for just a minute, and then we'll just get right into making some pancakes and stuff. And well, I might goof around a little. This has got to cook for about 40 minutes. Then it's got to cool. So that's the thing about making desserts live. Some things I can do, like flan. Other things, like cake, not so much. It just, coffee cake worked last weekend. And boy, that was good. Was it coffee cake last weekend? It was, okay. It was delicious, by the way. It didn't take us long to finish it.
No.
We were making the coffee just for an excuse to eat it. No, that's not true. All right, this flan. Make sure it's well mixed.
Are you paying?
All right.
Carol's here.
Good evening, Carol.
Sorry I missed the start.
That's okay. I'm glad you enjoyed my meat gold.
You know, I said, moo. Yep, you hear the cows.
All right, there's two. I'm just carefully trying to pour these in. I don't want to spill it off to the side. So been mixed pretty evenly. I haven't seen any like little bits and pieces. Finish spreading this out, get even as I can.
And that says I want whipped cream on my pie of flan, please.
You want whipped cream?
For her piece of flan.
Yeah, for the flan. Sure. I can do that. If I take a minute to do that now, it's a little less work later on. All right, so I'm going to give these a bath. I'm just going to move this one out of the way. Kids are playing.
Yep.
Are we good? No, a little bit more. Little bit more. This isn't much different than making creme brulee. As a matter of fact, that would be kind of something fun to do, maybe, Mrs. Old Guy.
Yeah.
With the top of these, before I invert them to release the caramel, maybe I'll brulee the top of these and then run a knife around it to release it. Flip it over and you'll have that nice caramel over the sauce and that crunchy, sugary brulee on the bottom. Remind me to do that.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm trying to do that.
All right. Nope. Wait a minute. Almost skipped a step.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't want to skip a step. I might fall down. Yeah, let's get this covered up. I'll probably set this timer for 45, maybe 50 minutes. Those ramekins are pretty full. So I hope I don't spill them terribly putting them in. All right. Let's set a timer, shall we? 50. Count them. 50. 50 minutes. Okay, here's my titer. I'm I'm just gonna wash it off. It's okay if I wash it off, ain't it, guys? I mean, I know we're being rugged and leaving the skin on, but
Sadly, he did, Carol. She says, "Oh my God, Greg, did you lose Moby?" She must have been reading up above.
all right, let me get this grated off here. I gotta get me one of those box graters. This one works good for cheese. Huh?
Could use your other one.
Oh, well, yeah, I could have. Did I think of it? Apparently not, because I'm using this. That's all right. I just needed a reason to complain. Didn't change anything. I'm still doing it this way, but come on, isn't complaining just fun to do sometimes?
Yep. You do it, I love it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I do. Listen to you complain about the complaining I do. All right, just gotta keep working it down here. Try not to grade my knuckles. Done it more than once. The worst I think ever, as far as cuts go, was a meat slicer. That wasn't a good one. I'm not going to be any more detailed than that. All right. Get this rinsed off and get some water. We'll let that soak and draw out some of that starch. I don't want to be sticky. I don't want to have sticky, gummy hash browns. All right. And now, I'm just going to sit down for a minute because I can. Oh, yes, I did put it down. I saw this partial bottle. For a second, I thought I forgot that I put my rum in. Glad I did. What are you doing, little girl?
She's snoring now.
Polly, listen. Can you see her? No? Here, let me back up a little bit. Come here, girl. Come on. Come on.
Barely see her head.
Come on, lift your head up here so they can see you. Can you see her now?
Yep, a little bit.
She's not like Chumley. Chumley will, put his paws up for me. She won't do it. Not unless she's excited and wants to bounce off of me for something.
Yep. Stickman Outdoor Adventures is here.
Hey, Outdoor Adventures. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome. I'm not sure if I've seen you in my kitchen, but welcome. Help yourself to the fridge. There's cold whatever you like. We got soda, we got beer, we got water. If you like hard lemonade, we probably got some of that. Just take a look. Have yourself a seat at the table. We got pancakes and sausage on the menu tonight with a flan for dessert, which I just put into the oven.
Yep.
And give everybody say hi.
Eli said, "Did you know that Chuck Norris was once stopped for speeding, but he let the cop go with a warning?"
I know it, huh? Chuck was, Chuck's the man.
Yep.
So, because I didn't draw the last week, for next week, I'm going to have to do it now, and then I will, while I'm at it, I'll draw for the week after, so I'm back on tracks. And for those of you that are new here, this basket contains a little slip of paper that's got the name of the person who requested and a dinner,
Yep.
or at least an entree. Anything other than that, like a dessert, that gets voted on, and side dishes, they would get kind of voted on separately. So this is like a main, like lasagna or whatever. So that's kind of how that works. Feel free at any time to request something that you would like to see me make, and we'll all sit down and enjoy it.
Stickman says, Papa Sticky, I will take an iced tea if possible.
I got
He says, Papa Sticky, thank you, host.
Absolutely, there's iced tea in there. We even got sweet tea for those that like it. It's all right. So the first draw
Johnny said he sure can.
for next week, goulash. And again, John got picked twice. How about that? Twice in a row. This week, so 2 weeks ago, I drew John's name.
Yep.
I'm going to reach in here and mix them up a little bit and grab another one for a week after next. Just one. Oh, there's two there. Okay, let me put this back where it goes. Baked beans. Oh, baked beans and sausage. That's Uncle Les. So baked beans with sausage. Uncle Les from the Crazy Crew, Crazy Food Crew. You guys are week after next, and I'm all caught up now with the basket. As like I said last week, and I guess I'll talk about that now because I haven't. Rocky Horror Show, for those of you that haven't seen it or whatever, it was filmed in 1975, and just it's pretty much just a rock movie, but the plot, the story is pretty different. It's about alien transvestites that are here for whatever reason, and so I saw the movie the first time in 1985. I saw it once, and I was extremely inebriated. I'm not going to go any more detailed than that. And then I didn't see it again until just a few weeks ago when my buddy Arthur asked. He was directing the shadow cast for the show and asked me if I would partake. So I did, and so I had, of course, to learn my part, and I watched the movie again for the first time in 20 some years or whatever, 30 years. I'm not sure how long it's been since that, but it was, my perspective on it now is a whole lot different than it was then. And I'd also never been to a movie where they had a shadow cast, and I didn't know the type of audience participation level that happens at one of these Rocky Horror Picture Shows shadow casts. So just the experience of watching the people come in their costume and really, they get up and dance, and
Yeah,
they had different things for the audience to do during the movie, different objects to use and so forth, and it was just a ton of fun. And then, of course, being able to participate by playing the role of Dr. Everett Scott, for those of you that have seen it. For those of you who haven't, he is this doctor in a wheelchair, and he is there to find out what happened to his nephew. But he also investigates UFOs. So anyway, it's a fun movie, and it was just so much fun that I volunteered to do it next year too. So
It was fun.
It was absolute gas. So that's how I spent my Halloween weekend, and that's last Saturday night when I was in such a hurry. That's what I was doing because we finished up at 7 here. I got out. We got everything kind of picked up and moved out of the way. Got into my costume and got out of here about 20 after 7. We got to the theater at about 7:45, and then they opened the doors at 8 o'clock. So we just made it. Man, what a good time. If you've never been to a Rocky Horror Picture Show Shadowcast, next Halloween, look in your area. Just look in the papers and stuff. You'll see ads for it. It's a lot of fun.
Papa Sticky said the tea was really good. Thank you.
Awesome.
Toilet bowls here.
Hey, Toilet Bowl Reviews.
He said, did you try the Rocky Horror Mountain oysters?
I have in the past. Horror oysters is about right. Let me give this a quick rinse. Got hash browns here for this.
Sticky says, toilet bowl food review I went to a festival once, but never had the balls to try them, LOL.
A little more water on here. Do this probably a couple more times till the water just, stays clear and doesn't turn murky. Murky. Oh. So I hope the rest of you had a good holiday weekend, and if you so celebrate, I hope your celebration was fun. Yeah, absolutely. I know some of my viewers have young'uns and go out trick or treating and so forth, and then others that are of an age that would, probably more likely go out to a Halloween party or something. And so, I hope everybody had a good time in the way they celebrated. I know I did. Yes. All right. I guess I could put some pancake batter together. But it's going to be a little bit here before I cook them up. And I'm going to start. Let's see. I did write my notes down. You see these other guys in their fancy shows. Yeah. I don't have it like that. I don't remember everything that goes into every single recipe. Who does? If you make it every single day, then sure you're going to remember it. But.
Papa Sticky says, I'm 60 years old, and that's how I got the name Papa Sticky from a friend in the UK.
Nice. Papa Sticky. Well, Papa, you are very welcome here, and, I got a little snow on the roof. I'll be turning 66 after the first of the year, so where does the time go, huh? Just where does the... Oh, and speaking of the gruff voice, my newest episode of the George and Pudgy Show was posted yesterday. So for those of you that are interested, the Old Guy Radio Players, I think Mrs. Old Guy is going to pop up a link to that. If you like old-time radio, I have written some radio plays. The George and Pudgy Show, a comedy kind of like the Honeymooners, sort of. It's two couples, only it's two brothers and their wives, and written a couple of episodes or a couple of stories that have turned into some episodes. So I hope for those of you that are interested in such thing, we'll go over to the Old Guy Radio Players. Deb popped out the link there. Give a sub. I've got the stories that we're working on right now. There will be at least another 6 episodes on the current one, which is A Hunting We Will Go. and we are currently writing more episodes now. And I say we because the first two stories were written by me. And this next series that'll be coming up will be written as a team with some other cast members that I invited to join in. And I figured, why not? Why not? Okay, let me get back to making pancakes, all right? Here I am, mumble flapping. Get out some buttermilk. Okay, here, let's
This is
get...
a better link than the first one I posted.
Say what now?
I just put a different link on there.
Oh, okay. Good enough. Well, let's get a couple of cups of flour here.
Eli said, have you ever had a redneck taco? Pancake topped with pulled pork, coleslaw, barbecue sauce, and ate like a taco. Not my favorite, but was interesting.
No, I haven't. There's a lot of things that are kind of like that I haven't tried that I don't know, it just seems a little too out of the ordinary or too much of just like a fad sort of thing. Like chicken and waffles. That never made sense to me. Burger on a donut. It's just like somebody drunk. Some drunk celebrity. Yeah, let's put a burger on a donut. Now everybody wants to do it because we saw Bozo the Clown eat one. Anyway. All right.
Papa
See.
says, I thought you were much younger than I am.
Oh, I'm an old man. I'm an old man. I'm going to be dead any minute now. Any minute now. All right, let's put some baking powder in here. Let's hope I get this right, huh, guys?
Well, thank you. Papa Sticky says, Mrs. OGIC, thank you for doing such a great job. You are awesome and a great host.
Yes, she is.
Thank you much.
She keeps me in line, guys. For those of you that have seen my cooking videos, I always pay her homages. When I do so, is that up here still? Was my reminder?
It is.
For those of you that are new to the kitchen, excuse me, Miss Polly. Can you see what this is? Can you tell by looking at that? That is the handle from a cast iron frying pan. This old guy cracked me across the top of the skull. You see what it did to the pan? This is why I pay homages to Mrs. Old Guy. Because that hurt.
Dave's here.
Dave!
Danky the Clown.
Danky! How you doing, man? Dave? Hope everybody is well. I'm just getting some pancake batter together. What's that?
Oh, I said, come here, Paul.
Oh, yep.
Come on, pal.
Crazy kid. All right, so are you guys getting ready for the cold weather? Now, some of you, I guess, cold weather is, 50 degrees. But for those of us that live in the colder climates, are folks getting ready, set for the winter madness? I don't call snow anymore. Around this house, we call it white mildew. It always happens this time of year, and it just piles up. At least it doesn't stink. All right, so,
Lisa wants to know, do you like goat's milk?
yeah, I like goat's milk. Okay, it's not something that I go out of my way for, but if it's somebody offers it to me or whatever the case, I don't mind it.
Yep. Eli said, I love chicken and waffles, especially with some hot sauce in the syrup. I love anything sweet and savory.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind that, the syrup, but I'm just not, sorry, I'm just not a fan of. What am I missing here?
Papa says my wife keeps me level and in line, LOL.
Oh man, we're talking Wifezilla. She's a small, dainty little lady. Until I've never intentionally made her mad, but boy, it happens, and it's easy to do. She grows about like 6 feet taller, big spikes and horns coming out of her back, and huge fangs. Feeds on husbands and children. It's a nightmare, guys.
Dave said they had 6 inches of snow the other day.
What's that?
Dave said they had 6 inches of snow the other day.
We haven't had any yet. Well, not other than just a little trace amount.
Papa said today in Southern California was cold. It was 86 degrees.
Ooh, that's nippy. You're practically scraping frost there, man.
Adventures with Goat. Hello from Pikes Peak, Colorado.
Hey, Adventures with Goat. How you doing, man?
Sean on the back.
Sean, good evening. Hey, guys. Hope everybody's doing well. I hope you had a last week or weeks since we've last chatted. Getting some pancake batter going here. Pancakes and sausage hash browns for the side dish. That was voted in. And we also have hash browns for dessert. Or hash browns for dessert. Flan for dessert. It's in the oven already, doing its thing. And I'm just going to kind of keep adding this buttermilk till I get a pancake batter. Oh, that's still a bit on the thick side, I'd say. Let's just add a little more. This is going to be pretty good. I do have some blueberries that I'm going to throw in here as well. Might as well, if I can make blueberry pancakes, I'm going to.
You silly girl.
I like flavored pancakes, banana pancakes, peach.
Yep.
Peach pancakes are really yummy. Alright. If I have a little pancake batter, maybe I'll see if a pancake will brulee tomorrow.
Goat says doing good. I am cooking a secret recipe for cheeseburgers and watching you guys.
Ooh, secret recipes. I never could hold a secret. Somebody asked, "Oh man, how'd you make that barbecue sauce?" Give me your email, man. I'll just send it to you. Oh, that's still a bit on the thick side. That's okay. I'll add more here in a minute. Let me clean up my mess here some. That chair is getting in my way all night here. That's what I get for moving it up.
It says he's a straight pancake guy, nothing in it, real Vermont maple syrup on them.
I do have real Vermont maple syrup. Yay.
Papa says, Mom showed up to visit. I will try to be back before dinner. Breakfast is ready. Thank you again for tea. It was very yummy, refreshing. Nothing but love and a little peace.
All right. Well, welcome, and we hope to see you back. We're definitely going to be here. All right. Let me wipe up the table some. Made a little bit of a mess.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. It's the end of the world now. I made a mess. You want to talk about a mess?
That's nothing new.
I think the worst mess I had after a Saturday live stream was the nights that I've done pizza completely from scratch, make the sausage, make the sauce, make the crust, make the mozzarella, and doing those 5 items, just crap piled everywhere.
Yep.
An hour and a half later, things are finally cleaned up. Oh, that's okay. I'm going to sit for a few minutes. We got like 24 minutes left on the flan. So we got time to play around a little bit, I guess. How many of you dip your sausage into maple syrup when you're eating pancakes? If you have sausage. Normally I wouldn't have sausage. Normally I would have bacon. But I would dip my bacon in maple syrup too. Gee, that's really weird, huh? Nobody does that. Thanksgiving coming up this month. How many of you folks like turkey? See your hands. Oh, I can't see it. Just let Mrs. Old Guy if you like turkey. Or if you like ham. Or do you have roast beef? I know some folks do like ribeyes and stuff like that. So, or prime rib.
Ghost says she has a new Ghost Town video coming out on Monday at 8 a.m. Mountain Time.
Awesome. Can you find his channel for me and throw a link up?
I can try.
We'll try and get your link up there, and have you folks go on over and Adventures with Goat. Watch a couple of videos. Johnny Smallpepper sent a bunch of folks over to my channel, which helped me grow, and I thank him tremendously for that. But the thing was just to watch 2 shorts, like them both, leave a comment on both, and hit the subscribe button, and actually hit the subscribe button first, I think, and then watch the 2 videos, leave a couple of comments. 2 shorts, and it sure seemed to work with my channel, and I'm super grateful for it, and I'm super happy to see my new subs coming in and partaking in a Saturday night meal. And don't forget, you folks that are watching for the first time or so, if there's something you'd like to see me make, within reason. I mean, I'm not going to be eating caviar, and I'm not going to make beef Wellington, but or Chateaubriand. I'm not going to make that either. But if we have, just within reason, I make just about anything, whether I've made it before or not. Like the Brea taco. I'd never made them before. Oh, they were so good. Amazing. So, and what else that we've done here for the first time? There's been a few of them.
Yeah, I can't think right now.
So, you can't. I better not. I'll see Wife Zilla.
Eli says he prefers rotisserie chicken over turkey.
Ah, okay. Okay.
And Lisa wants to know, did you like Wild Man's Nightmare sandwich?
It was a nightmare, all right. Actually, it didn't seem too bad. I might, sure, put all that stuff on a sandwich. Why not? It was fun to watch, that's for sure.
It says that he's smoking a duck or a Cornish game hens. We haven't decided yet.
Nice. Yeah, I'm not. My thing on turkey. for me, it's just for most of the time. Yes, please head on over and give him a subscribe if you would. So me and turkey, it's a love-hate thing. You know, I like it okay on Thanksgiving. I'll eat some dark meat. I'm not real fond of turkey breast, just because most of the time it's all dried out and not that great. But I never have been that huge of a turkey fan anyway. So now, for me, if I'm going to have a bird on Thanksgiving, pretty much anything other than turkey, chicken, duck, goose. I'd eat a pigeon. I'm just kidding about that. No, but a game hen, whatever. Yeah, I just, not only that, it's just me and Mrs. Old Guy here.
Yep.
And we have a friend to come over. Well, the three of us aren't going to come anywhere near eating a turkey. So it's just not worth it to get a chicken, rotisserie chicken. So, but that's...
Carol said at least 6 of us here. I'm always doing dishes.
Uh-huh. Yep. The fun.
Get out your whip and get those grandkids in there to do them.
That's it. If they're in there watching TV or playing games and grandma's in there doing dishes, there's something wrong with that. You can get out the grandma whip. Get your ass in here. Get these damn dishes cleaned up.
Eli says, I think I'm going to make those savory cannolis for Thanksgiving. Just have to figure out, just need to figure out to make a big batch.
Yeah, just multiply everything. Depends on how big of a batch you want. But I will give you a little bit of advice after, because I made them again. Made them for Halloween. If you're going to fill them, make sure that your cream cheese mixture is warm. It's at room temp. Because I tried using it when it was cold, getting it out of my piping bag, and it came out pretty stiff, and so it just snaked through the cannoli shell and came out the other side. So it's just easier if you do it warm, and it fills the shell a lot better. I would also say, if you want to make it spicy, throw some chili powder and like whatever hot you like some cayenne or something.
Yeah, that would be good.
Oh yeah, well, the first batch that I did for the video was a little spicier than the one that I did for Halloween.
Yeah.
So that's just something I didn't increase like I should have.
Wild Man said thanks for about the sandwich.
Oh, well, no, thank you. That was fun. It was good entertainment.
Carol said they have a couple of doves.
Doves, huh?
We had some doves at
Well,
one
yeah,
point.
we did. We had 2 African ringneck
Yeah.
doves, and we would let them hatch their eggs and raise them till they got to a certain point, and then we take them down to a local pet store that would buy them from us. We never made any money on it. It was enough to pay for the birds' food.
Yep. Steve Russell's here.
Steve Russell. Hey, Steve. And I'm going to tell you again. I see all of your comments but it never gives me the option to comment. I don't know.
Reply.
I can't. Yeah, there's no reply anything for some reason. I don't know if it's the device you're using. I don't know what the deal is, but I do see them, and I try to hit that like thing so that hopefully you see that. But I wanted to let you know right off the bat that I do see your comments, and I do appreciate it. Like my brulees. Oh boy.
Greg says he's back. Sorry, was on the phone to family.
Oh, you're fine. Fine, man. It's all good. You know, family, real life comes first.
Yep.
Watch an old guy on YouTube, that's a pretty good second, I would say. Maybe even third.
Carol said they have never done dishes. Oh, the 13-year-old did once.
Oh, well, you're going to have to teach them. Don't let them be lazy.
Yep.
What are they going to be like when they're on their own? Eating out of paper plates? Cooking out of a microwave?
Eli said, is there a way to make them in bulk since the cheese crisps quick?
The best way to make them in bulk would just be to have multiple baking sheets at your disposal, and several cannoli tube. If you can find something a little narrower, it may, it'll cut back on the amount of cheese that you're going to use. I used one of those 6-ounce wedges, and what did we end up? A dozen? Something like that. It was, 10 or 12. I think it was 10 cannoli shells, and that was me kind of measuring out a little rectangle on the cookie sheet instead of a round like I did on the video. I switched to a rectangle so that it didn't overlap as much and it stayed crispier that way. But
Yep.
And I figured I'd use a little bit less, which I did. But so, and keep in mind how big they are. Man, a full-size one, that long, filled with that cream cheese, it's a bigger bite than you think.
They're big.
So, I would suggest making them smaller, not, maybe a couple of bites, maybe 3 inches or so, instead of a full cannoli tube. Just saying.
Craig says, what did I miss? Tom stretching his fish leg stockings?
Oh, God, no, huh? Oh, I put those away. I washed them in cold water, and hung them out on the line to dry in the cool fall sun, and put them away with the rest of my Dr. Scott outfit, and it'll be ready to go next year. I'm surprised they actually made it. I wore them 3 times. The dress rehearsal the night before, so that was Thursday night last week, and then the 2 performances Friday and Saturday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Good deal. Meant for some late nights for us. We're not normally up super late. We usually, Mrs. Old Guy usually is like in bed at like 8:30, but that because she's up at 5. And a lot of times I'm, right there behind her. So as far as getting up, get up fairly early, go to bed fairly early. So the movie didn't even start till 9 p.m. So we had a couple of 2 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the mornings.
Yeah.
Which it was fun, just not something we do all the time.
Eli says we need an OGIC stream cookbook.
OGIC stream cookbook.
Yep.
Wow. That sounds hard to do, even just saying it.
Joshua's here.
Joshua, good evening. Hope things are well in your wonderful state of Florida. Things are getting chilly here. And who thinks, I'm just curious, I'm sure most of you are do the daylight savings time, where technically tomorrow morning, but late tonight, switch your clocks back an hour. So it gets dark at like 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's like, why? What is the point? Okay, there was some reason 100 years ago. There just ain't no reason to it now.
Eli says, I have a lot of ideas, but you are the one with the execution. LOL.
Well, what other ideas have you got? I mean, I had a good time doing that one, so,
Yeah.
what other ideas have you got? I also had a good time doing the deep fried soup. I just wish the video would have turned out. Because, yeah, it turned out pretty good.
So it says I came in late and I don't know what you are cooking tonight. I'm sorry, I'm making a secret cheeseburger recipe.
That's okay. It was really a simple menu tonight from John. I guess he wanted to take it easy on me for once. It's just pancakes and sausage. So the side dish that was chosen was hash browns, and I kind of got them soaking in some water here. That's dinner tonight, and flan was voted for dessert. And that is baking in the oven. Has got less than 10 minutes.
Ooh, good.
So we'll get dinner going here before too long.
Natalie's here. She got off early.
Hey, Natalie. Getting off early. Good evening. Welcome, welcome. Pancakes and sausage on the menu. I am going to add some blueberries to the mix. I have some blueberry pancakes. Got some genuine Canadian maple syrup, and I think it was from Canada.
Joshua says it's 71 now, lows in the 60s. How about you, old guy?
The highs have been in the 60s, and the lows have been getting down anywhere between the low 30s and the upper 20s in that neighborhood. So yeah, it's really pretty much no longer fall here.
No, Carol says it's freezing in the mornings.
Yeah, it is. By the way, for those of you that do not know, Carol actually lives like 2 doors down from old guy here, or
Yep.
3 doors down the road here. So when she says it's cold there,
It's cold here.
it's just as cold here.
It says he's from Pikes Peak. Pancakes and sausage is always great.
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with a little breakfast for dinner. Mrs. Old Guy every once in a while will make eggs Benedict for dinner,
Yep.
or sausage gravy and biscuits.
Yep, we do that a lot.
Yeah, we do. In fact, we had sausage gravy and biscuits. I think just last week. Yeah, just a few nights ago, not too long ago.
Eli says things are a bit tight right now, so I can't experiment with food like I would. I appreciate you proofing some of my ideas. I have a notebook of things I want to try.
Well, fess up one. Come on. You got to have one in your head that you can say, oh, yeah, well, okay. We'll see you try this one then, Mr. Smarty Pants. Okay.
Grace, Grace says, FYI, it's 15 degrees and we are supposed to be in summer.
That 15 degrees?
Probably Celsius.
Oh, 15 C? Yeah, that is chilly. I'm not sure how that converts. I am not good at the conversion between Fahrenheit and Celsius. I'm just pretty oblivious to how it works. I know that 32 degrees is 0 Celsius, and that's, I think, all I know about it.
That's more than I know.
Well, there you go. Say, what do you know? I know something Mrs. Old Guy doesn't. Woo! I'm somebody now. Oh my gosh. 5 minutes. 5 minutes to flan. So what I would like you to do, after this thing beeps, I'll have you take it out to the white cabinet out there, and just use the oven mitt and take them out, set them on that cabinet top, so that they'll be out of the hot water. Thank you. I suppose. Well, don't make me do you anything that's not gonna be You know, I'm sorry I asked. I'm sorry I asked.
Greg says it's 59 degrees Fahrenheit.
59 degrees. Okay. Yeah, that's chilly. That's chilly. That's about what it got up to here today for our high temperature.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we get some cold days like that in the summer. Not often, but sometimes.
Johnny's interested in seeing how the flan turns out.
Oh, me too. I'm very interested because I've only made it one time before this. Now I have made creme brulee a bunch of times, and this isn't much different than that. Not really. When it comes down to it, this is just basically a French custard. So, I think, I think this is the recipe. It varies, different milk, cream, and you add sugar, but it's still the same thing.
Carol says 44 difference between here and Australia, maybe.
Well, yeah, it's on the other side of the world. In the future, where Greg is, it's summertime in that part of the world. We're actually going into summer. As we were coming into winter, they go into summer, and that's how that works.
Johnny said it was 80 in Southern California.
80, yeah.
And Eli said they get snow, they just have to drive a couple hours north.
Okay. That's not too bad. Go play in the snow. And drain these out.
Lisa wants to know, do you make your own pumpkin pies?
I do. In fact, there's pumpkins that you see. Can you see those? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The pumpkins on the table, I got specifically for pumpkin pie. So, yes, absolutely. I haven't used canned pumpkin for us for a long, long time. I always use fresh pumpkin. Now, if I'm making a treats for the dogs, I'll buy some canned pumpkin as long as that's all it is. You know, just the canned pumpkin. I don't buy them like pumpkin pie filling. All right.
Cheryl says she's jealous because of Greg's weather. And she says, but... No, I just lost it. Hang on a second.
Uh-oh.
Jealous except for it's quiet and beautiful here.
Well, it's probably beautiful there, too. I'm sure.
Yes, and I love the quietness here.
Yeah, except for the speeding semis that go by. It is quiet here, though, compared to living in a city or whatever. There's not even a traffic light. I think anywhere within 40 miles. I think we'd have to go just about 40 miles to go to a city big enough that has a traffic light.
Yep. Johnny says I miss cold in all four seasons and green.
Yeah, but that's the one thing about California is it's pretty much always warm, and I guess that could be. It's hot again. I don't know.
Here. Sorry, I'm late.
No, it's okay, Jessica. I got you a cold Diet Coke in there. Help yourself. I'm drying off my hash browns here. They just cook better. All right. Feels pretty good. It feels pretty good. Oh, I don't want to put it back in there like that. Let me wipe that out a little bit. That's better. There's that magic sound, guys. Grab my mitts. Okay, let me make a little room here. Let's foil off. Let's see if we get a look.
Jessica says, thank you. I'll grab a soda when it's time to eat. Thank you very much. Light of God in darkness is here.
Good evening. Light? Can I call you Light? Hope so. So we just pulled some flan out of the oven. It's still a little bit jiggly, but of course it's got to cool down. And I don't, we'll see if it's going to be cool enough at the end of this. Here, hang on. Set that. Whoops. Yep. Go ahead and take it from there. We're going to try and get these out onto the back patio where it's at least cool. And hopefully they'll... Got it okay?
Yep.
I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and pull those out, but here in a few minutes, I'll have you pull two and I'll pop them in the freezer. We'll see how well that goes. That's one thing about doing this kind of dessert. Try to be done with it in 2 hours. Sometimes it doesn't always work, but we will see. We'll give it a try. Okay. Got a pan here and a pan there. Let's get some sausage cooking. I didn't make sausage this time. I know I normally do, but I figured what the heck, I'd just buy some breakfast sausage. Most folk do. I just don't feel like grabbing a kitchen knife, so I'll just pull out my little peanut. Thank you. How many sausages do you want? Just
Three.
two?
Three.
Off the deep end, folks. Off the deep end. Both feet. Head first.
Joe C., the new image landscape and concrete is here.
Hey, guy. Say that one more time.
Joe C.
Joe C. Okay, Joe.
And then it's in
Yes,
his
landscape.
channel is new image landscape.
Yes,
and
yes.
concrete.
But Joe. Can I say Joe for short? Welcome to Old Guy's Kitchen. Saturday night. We are cooking what you guys asked for. Tonight it happens to be pancakes and sausage. And hash browns. We just pulled dessert, which is flan, out of the oven. It's outside cooling. We got whatever you like in the fridge. Help yourself. Soda, beer, water, whatever you like. It's in the fridge. Grab a seat here at the table. And we're getting some dinner going here. We'll be eating before too long. I'm just getting the sausage started.
Steve says, I always think of the Trailer Park Boys when I hear the brulee intro.
Yeah, me too. I love that show. Trailer Park. I was so. It was such a drag that it kind of, when John Dunsworth died, what it did to the show, turning it into a cartoon. It's just not as good, I don't think. So, but hey, there's still, 12 seasons, so.
Jessica just ordered her some cheese, or some Burger King.
Burger King. I like Burger King. In fact, if I have my choice of a fast food place to go to. If I want burgers, I'm always going to choose Burger King.
Eli says he's never, or he goes, I need to watch Trailer Park Boys. Never watched them.
Oh, hilarious show. Hilarious. See a drunk guy mowing the air.
Carol says she misses Burger King. Yeah, we eat it when we go to Montrose.
Yep. Speaking of which, I got an eye exam in Montrose on Tuesday.
Yep.
So yay. I get to have myself a Whopper. The Whoppers aren't nearly as big as they used to be, though.
Joe says, I always watch your shorts video. I gotta start somewhere. I always like it, so.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And I appreciate the watching on my shorts. I have a lot of fun doing my brulee as well. Maybe a lot of fun isn't the exact term to use when I try things like sardines and tuna fish. They don't brulee so well.
We need to start commenting more.
All right. Just a drop of oil in there. There we go. Want them to fry, not burn.
Drake said Lawnmower Man.
That was a good movie. Lawnmower Man. I think I like the first one better than the second one. Although the second one does have its points.
Eli said something about a Whopper that just hits the spot.
Yeah. Well, here lately I've been getting the Big King. But there's not a lot of difference, really.
National Parks Princess.
Good evening, Princess. How are you this great Saturday night? Hope you had a great week. Grab yourself something to drink out of the fridge, whatever you like. Chocolate milk. I mean, there's anything that you want. I'm sure it's in there. Grab a seat. We're cooking up some sausage. Getting ready to cook up pancakes. We just pulled flan for dessert out of the oven. Putting blueberries in my blueberry pancake. Wouldn't be blueberry pancakes, would it?
No. Carol said bring her a junior with onion. That's what I usually get people to do a junior. Drake says a quanticut?
A what?
Quanticut? I don't know. Let me see. Joe says that he loves hot stuff.
I like hot things,
He
but
said load the Whopper up with a
Have to
lot
be
of
careful.
peppers.
I have to be careful. I can jalapenos okay, even habaneros okay. I can eat ghost pepper as long as it isn't a whole bunch. It's just trying to do things that are really super hot. Nope, that's just not something I can physically do.
Goat wants to know, have you ever steamed any type of meat?
Steamed
Meat.
meat. Yeah, I'm thinking. Well, yeah, I've steamed burgers a couple of times, but that was, I can't really think of anything that I specifically cooked with steam as far as meat goes. I've cooked fish that way a few times, but yeah, I can't. Why? Are you cooking something steamed? Is that how you're doing your burgers? I'm just curious. Now you got me wondering.
Jessica, our Burger King, our closest Burger King is like an hour and 15 minutes away.
Yeah, it's about.
We can't order it and have it delivered or whatever like
No,
a lot of people can.
No, there's. In our little town, there's nothing. Really, there's nothing. Some houses. There's about 100 people in town. We have a post office, and that's it.
Yep.
There's no services whatsoever here, other than the local water board that supplies our town water. That's it. There's no convenience store or whatever. Closest place is about 10 miles down the road.
And there's no fast food.
No, there's no. You got to go at least 40 miles to get fast food. And even then, it's a limited selection.
You know, I guess it's a 2 for $6 Whopper deal.
Fish Whopper?
The 2 for $6 Whopper.
Oh, the 2 for $6 Whopper. Yeah. Yeah. I like things like that, but here now, since we've been up here, most of the time we don't get to take advantage of those sales or whatever because we don't live in an area where, there's times we don't go to these bigger cities for, 2-3 months at a time.
Yeah.
So, they have a new burger out. Oh well, yeah. If I have to go there, I'll try one.
Princess says it sounds good, and I'll bet it smells great.
Oh, it does smell good.
Ray says, just stay away from those quanties.
Stay away from the what?
Quanties.
From the quaddies?
Quanties.
They come in quantities. Ouch.
It says steamed meat in Connecticut at 10.
Steamed meat? What?
He steamed meat in Connecticut at 10.
What kind of meat? I mean, that's a little vague. Add a little bit of syrup, a little bit of oil to that, and we'll get these hash browns going. They're going to take a minute.
Jessica said that when she was a kid, that she would always go for McDonald's, and now it's Burger King.
Yeah, I don't like McDonald's anymore. I think they're overpriced, and they're really, the last few special burgers or whatever that they've had were really, really nothing special. And I thought they were just at the bottom end of things here lately when their big new thing was sauces.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's pretty pathetic when the best you can do out of your, promotions department is to come up with a couple of weak sauces for dipping nuggets. It's like, but, hey, who am I to complain?
So that Ted's steamed burgers in Connecticut.
Okay. So burgers, yes, okay. I have steamed burgers. I've also practically deep fat fried them, but just in beef fat.
Cheeseburgers.
I love cheeseburgers. Like a Juicy Lucy's, where it's stuffed in the middle with cheese and whatever, onions and bacon, and you can put whatever you want. A Juicy Lucy, I've done burger onion rings, where it was ghost pepper cheese on the inside of the ring, the onion ring, and then burger wrapped around that, then breaded and deep fried.
That was good.
Oh yeah, it was delicious. Now imagine that same thing wrapped with bacon and then smoked for like 3 or 4 hours. That'd be good too.
Natalie says she's afraid of speed bumps, but she's slowly getting over it.
Getting over what?
She's afraid of
speed bumps?
But she's slowly getting over it.
Oh, jeez.
Goat said, Roger that.
Yeah. here's the trick. Don't mess with them. You just got to leave them there and let them cook. Otherwise, you just end up with a bunch of greasy potatoes.
Goat said he likes smoking meat.
Oh, me too. I think our second year up here, I built a smoker. And been using it ever since. Yeah. I don't care what time of year it is. If I feel like having some smoked chicken wings, middle of January.
Carol said, Tom, put that in your basket. But what? I'm not sure.
I don't know what to put in my basket. Don't tell me to put eggs in my basket because I broke them doing that. Eggs in baskets, I don't know who thought that was a great idea. Okay, that was dumb. Those are cooking. I'm just going to sit here and I can't be quiet because that'd be boring. Maybe not as boring as what they're getting now, but it'd be boring.
Natalie said her favorite restaurant is a hot dog joint called Portillo's.
Ah.
They're Italian beef dipped with hot peppers and mozzarella cheese.
Ooh, that's
excellent.
that sounds
It's a
good.
cake shape.
I like an Italian beef sandwich. You bet. Those are delicious. This little guy, would you go grab 2 of those flans and just set them on that cookie sheet and bring them in for me?
Carol said, Tom, how do you roll that?
How do I roll what? Well,
Yeah. I don't know what
beautiful. Nice and golden brown. Got some peppercorns in here. I meant to put some on a minute ago. That's all right. Hang on 1 second, please. A little bit of salt. Get these salted, ready. That flan, let's see. Looks like it's gonna be okay. Get these in the freezer.
Goat said that they've decided to do smoked Cornish game hens for Thanksgiving this year.
Yum. I like game hens. Sometimes I'll bread them up and just cook them whole. You know, deep fry the whole thing. Great deep fried Cornish game hen. I made a flamin' hot Cornish game hen. I used the flamin' hot mac and cheese packet, and I made a sauce with. I shook the bird in that, and then with what was left, I added some white wine to it, and kind of simmered it for a few minutes, and then made a white wine sauce with the flamin' hot cheese packet. It was really good.
Yep.
It wasn't flamin' hot. It was spicy, but
Jessica says if you like soda, would you prefer fountain soda, bottle soda, canned soda?
I don't really have a preference. I mean, I suppose the only thing that would really make any difference if it was offered to me would be root beer. Fresh root beer from the tap, that would be awesome, but that's not something you ever find. These are good. Slide those off.
Natalie wants to know, do we have any plans for Thanksgiving yet?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, this year I think we're gonna go down to the big city and spend Thanksgiving with Mrs. Old Guy's father. So think that's what we're gonna do, weather dependent.
Yeah.
Things can be pretty ugly up here. So, but yeah, that's kind of what we're planning to do. How about you? What are you going to do for Thanksgiving? What are you?
Natalie says we're probably going to get catering from the Cracker Barrel again this year.
Nice, nice. As far as eating goes, we might just go to a restaurant, you know,
Yep. We'll see.
you know, a buffet type place, but we'll see. You know, the plans so far are only to visit with her dad Thanksgiving. Where and how exactly has yet to be determined, but that's kind of what's on the plate at the moment.
Carol said it's something that you were talking about and loving about Roland, but I'm not sure what you were talking about.
Sorry. I don't have an answer. I'm old. I've got way too many dead brain cells. So that's my excuse.
It just says, while we wait for dinner, we should do, would you rather it's a game? Huh, I don't know.
Play a game? What sort of game?
Eli says for Thanksgiving he's thinking of making shotgun shells and savory cannoli platters.
Nice. Nice. I'm going to make if I cook, I'm going to make, of course, the pork sage dressing, but I'm going to do what we were talking about with the little balls. I'm just trying to decide what sauce to serve with them. Let's get this first pancake made.
Princess says I like to make turkey so that I can have turkey sandwiches for a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's just my thing. I like turkey, but I don't like it enough to do that. Eat it for several days, or make turkey soup, or I can handle some leftovers, just not a whole bunch. Oh boy, Mrs. O'Guy, I failed. I'm sorry.
What?
Oh, I didn't get any butter out to soften up to put on our pancakes. Hommages.
Thanksgiving is something I want to give to everyone here, all the way from the future. I love you all, love your family, any way you can.
Oh, thank you,
He
Greg.
says thanks for being here with me.
Yes, Greg, thank you so much.
Lisa's going to Tim's house again this year.
Awesome.
I'll
So
be
do
right back.
you guys do turkey, Lisa?
Did you hear me, Tom?
Yes. You guys are going to Tim's? Just curious if that's something. That's what I grew up with, was turkey. And it's not that I didn't like it and eat it. It just, as an adult, I just don't like it as much. Yeah, that thing's as big as my face. Nothing's big as your face. What do you know? I didn't jack it up. What do you know?
Yay!
First one actually came out. It actually, how you always jack up that first one.
Eli says, would you rather give up meat or using salt?
Ah! Just kill me now. Not quite done. I don't like this thing. This is garbage.
What?
It's spatula. is absolute garbage. So that's where I put it.
Okay, you guys, I love you all. Have a good night. My superior secret cheeseburger recipe is done. Have a blessed night.
You too, Mr. Adventures with Goat. Have a great night. Thanks for dropping in, and I'll watch for your video. Let's get this next one poured.
Lisa said they were having turkey and ham.
Nice. There were some occasions when my family did both as well. Turkey and ham, but most of the time it was just turkey. Get some butter on this. Oh, come on. Ugh.
Eli says that's the video. Would you rather game?
Would you rather? Yeah. I'd rather not. All right, somewhere in this.
Have a good night, Goat.
Somewhere in this. Don't forget, you guys, to check out Goat Adventures with Goat's channel. Maple syrup, where is this a product of? Canada. It is real Canadian maple syrup. How about that? Not that there's anything wrong with American maple syrup. Oh, it's all wrong. You can't buy any maple syrup that isn't. This is a big pancake. I don't think you're going to want more than one.
Probably not. They're huge.
What are you doing there, Chumley? Do. Just kind of keep an eye on it. Don't want it to burn.
He says, I want sausage.
Yeah.
Pancakes.
Yeah, what do you mean, what do I want? All right, can I do it? Oh, boy. That was close. Oh, close enough. That wasn't perfect, but it was good enough.
Greg says, moo.
Get this butter a little more on here. Crack some sorry up. Okay, Mr. John. 3 sausage. Snag that off so I don't burn it. Okay, pancakes, blueberry pancakes with sausage, syrup. Yummy.
Yep.
Could you see that okay?
Yep.
Good. Awesome. That was a hot burner too, so.
Eli said, moo times 2. Greg says, I just want to crash tackle that cow. He would crash tackle you, probably.
Probably. I don't have room for my hash browns.
Uh-oh.
I have to get myself a separate little plate. I should cook myself an egg too. I mean,
Yum.
Is it cooked right?
Yeah.
Yikes! Get those hot again. Yes. Get those crispy hash browns out of there.
Lisa, did I say, Tom, did you like Uncle Buck's pancakes?
Uncle Buck's pancakes?
Yeah.
Uncle Buck's. That name is not familiar. Uncle Buck's. Yeah, that's not one I think I know. Whoop. Ugh.
Yeah, syrup.
More syrup.
Thank
You bet. There's them hash browns. Let me nibble on a sausage. Forget to butter my pancake.
Well, see how you are?
See how I are? One more slab. There we go. Egg is looking crispy. Awesome.
Eli says Chumley reminds me so much of my dog in the coloring. Mine was a Staffy though. I
Ah,
have a portrait of him on my arm.
who said that?
Eli.
Ah,
Natalie's making tacos for dinner.
oh, yummy. Just regular tacos or?
Ronald said happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Indeed. There's my egg. There's that egg. Yeah, I've made better, but you know, I'm in a hurry. And I don't feel like wasting time. More pepper. Salt on that hash brown. Tab on the egg. Alright, you saw the pancake. Here's that side dish. Hash browns. Can you see that okay?
I'm looking at him.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay. There it is. Hash browns. And that ain't the frozen ones from the bag. If you're going to make them, just make them.
This said the movie Uncle Buck with John Candy.
Oh, Uncle Buck. It's been too long since I've seen it. So, I don't know.
Natalie said yes, regular tacos.
Ah, okay. Do you use taco sauce or do you buy like picante sauce or something like that? Salsa. Just curious. Oh, reach way over for that. All right. Some syrup on this pancake. My sausage. Let's get a little dab on that. Mm-hmm.
The center is just barely cooked.
Sorry.
That's okay. Just let you know, because you asked.
Thank you. It's a pancake. That's okay.
Greg says it's the movie where they had the saying, I woke up with two pillows in my hands.
Sorry. It still just doesn't.
Natalie says she used spicy taco seasoning.
Nice. Yeah, I like spicy tacos. Hash browns are good. They're plenty crispy.
Greg said had a sweaty hand mark over the bed on the wall. Steve Martin for the win.
Okay. I'll have to watch it again, I guess. I just don't remember it.
Yum. Fish pancakes.
Awesome. Yay.
Ed's here.
Mm.
Did I miss it?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not too late. Grab your plate. Sit down, grab you a pancake. Get you a piece of sausage. Dessert's still cooling. Sausage and pancakes tonight. Mm. So what's things like down in your area tonight? My nephew Ed. I noticed over the years that Denver seems to generally gets colder than we do over here.
Yep, they do. They've already had more snow than we've had.
What's that?
They've already had more snow this year than we've had.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. I believe.
Well, I had no idea.
He's taking you up on that when I see you.
Mm-hmm. So I'm still looking for more suggestions because trying to figure out the ones to do for the next year are going to be kind of difficult. So if you guys have a suggestion for something that I can use for my daily will it brulee or does it brulee?
It's always quiet, nothing much going on.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
Eli says, I rewatched Super Troopers the other day. I may or may not have had some leafy medicine. Only side effects was laughing tears.
Right meow. I'm not sure if that was my favorite scene in the movie or there's so many. The one where he chugs the bottle of syrup.
Greg says, size, planes, trains, and automobiles.
Planes, trains, and automobiles. I
don't think I've seen that. I don't know.
I've only seen parts of it. I know I'm missing out. Like Throw Mama from the Train.
Greg says, I can't believe chat don't know this. Steve Martin and Mr. Candy.
No. I saw Steve Martin many years ago on a what turned out to be not so great weekend in Lake Tahoe many years ago. Seeing the show, everything up to that was great. But losing all of our money and having to spend the night in the middle of January in my friend's Volvo, freezing our butts off.
So Turtle King's here.
Turtle King!
He said, hey old guy, I just wanted to say I'm moving on from this channel. I want to start a new one. Do you have any advice? I might even just quit YouTube fully.
Well, Turtle King, you know, I really can't. I really can't give you much advice as far as YouTube. You know, I'm just some bozo that has 1,000 subscribers. You know, I'm really not the one to ask. I had no idea what I was doing when I started my channel, and it took a while to grow into it. And I don't know, maybe that's just what you need to do with yours. You know, start doing more videos on things that matter to you or that are part of your life, like cooking for me. I mean, I did that for a living for many years, so it's kind of a natural extension for me. So maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. I can't give you any better advice than that, and I hope that's okay. But I'm glad you're here. And I keep, for the last several weeks, I've had the Italian crepes up for dessert. And one of these times it will get voted in.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, it's not if, it's just when. So I hope you stick around.
You know, I said the crazy part is that they had to take an insulin shot because they actually chugged syrup. And Greg pats your back and hugs you. And he said, I watched The Jerk for the first time. That's a good movie.
There it is. I'm in the phone book. Boy, I'm somebody now. And that glasses holder thing. Great movie.
Carol said Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe is cold.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know it is.
Eli wants to know if lettuce will brulee.
Will lettuce brulee. Well, we're going to write it down. Would you please write that down? So
Ralph's here. Hey, y'all. Sorry, I'm late.
Hey, Ralph. Good evening. I might be running a little bit late tonight. I don't want to not finish my dinner because it's delicious, and I don't want to leave without it having our dessert. So I'll give it a little more time in the freezer. And this just give me some time to finish up my dinner without hurrying. Sure is good.
Yeah, it's good.
So what did we pull for next week?
Food.
Goulash.
Yep.
Goulash next week, and the week after is baked beans with sausage. So we hope everybody will be here for that.
Will radish brulee?
I'm fixing to find out. Some foods definitely brulee better than others. Now, the ones that I say it brulees, that doesn't mean it's like something that I'd serve to a guest. It just means it didn't suck. Like the granola bar today. Wasn't great, but it didn't suck. So,
I don't care for granola bars, so.
well, that's right.
Carol says Eli gross.
Yummy.
For a radish brulee.
Radish does it brulee? Yeah, well, it cannot be worse than that can of sardines. It took a half hour for me to get that flavor out of my mouth.
Greg says, LOL, Tom.
It was so bad. But I'm glad I got it out of the way.
Greg says, let's not talk about upside down pineapple cake.
No, let's not.
Eli wants to know, will anchovies brulee?
Nope. I've run my gambit on the fish.
Greg says, yes, they will.
No more fish.
Ralph says, we're just back from the movie because we got a film festival here at the moment, off to the next film in about 30 minutes.
Oh. Well, how fun. Film festivals are always fun. Well, not always, but most times.
Yep. That was good. Just enough.
It is just enough. Let me ask you folks, because we're coming up to it. Raise of hands. How many of you want me to brulee the top of the flan before I try and tip it over and see if it actually made a flan or if it's just going to turn into a big blob? You show of hands.
Greg raises his hand.
Greg raises. There's one yes. Oh. Okay, that's right.
Says, OG, you should start a suggestion section on the community tab like Val so people could chime in.
Well, that's why we have Mrs. Old Guy sitting here. If you got a suggestion, she's going to write it down.
Carol said sure, and Ed's.
But then again, you're right.
Hand.
Carol's got her hand up.
She said sure, and Ed raises his hand.
Ed's got his hand up.
Yep, so brulee.
Brulee it is. Let me take 1 second here. I'm glad it's not particularly warm out.
Lisa said no.
Let me get these sausages put away. Then I'll pull out the flan, okay? Hope you guys don't mind. We're coming up to the border. Have your flan ready.
Ralph wonders if Wheat Bix would brulee.
I don't know what that is.
Wheat Bix? I'm not sure either. What is it, Ralph?
One might be a little more done than the other.
Greg said, oh yes, I reckon they would. Do you want a different one?
No,
Okay.
because they won't be as cold.
Oh, okay.
It's just fine. Yeah, let's get some sugar on here. Probably put too much, but what the heck? Oh, I don't have a lighter. Hang on, guys. All right. Let's brulee a dessert. Flop it on the plate and see what happens.
Wheat Bix is a breakfast, Ralph said.
Is it a cereal? Is that what that is? A cereal? All right, guys. Another boring minute for you. Watching me brulee this thing. Want me to move over here a little closer? Probably not going to see it any better, but...
It's a whole grain wheat breakfast cereal created in Australia.
Okay. Well, that didn't work too good. Let's see how well this one doesn't brulee too. Does it brulee?
Eli said cold blue battered and deep fried a Big Mac, and then it turned out really good. I have a Whopper in my crosshair.
Huh. Interesting.
Greg said bacon and eggs are much better.
I love bacon and eggs. either one of these are going to turn out.
Ralph said they are like brown breads that you have with milk and sugar and cream.
Huh. Okay. Well, they have several different types of cereal here, so imagine I can find a couple to do. So,
Jessica says, what is the dessert made of? I've never heard of it.
it's basically a baked custard. Is pretty much it. Like a creme brulee. So it's eggs, milk. Pretty much it. In this case, it's sweetened condensed milk and evaporated milk. Let's cross the fingers, folks.
Greg said, moo.
Oh, look at that.
Looks good.
Let's try and get this sauce out of there. It's a little bit overbaked. The sauce is. Yeah. That's a pretty hard caramel.
Ralph said, do you have cornflakes over here?
Oh, yeah. That we do. Now, is this one equally cooked? Let's find out. Yeah. Same thing with the sauce. Overcooked. That's okay. Considering how this is only the second time I've ever made flan,
Yep.
to have that, the thing that went wrong, that's okay. That's okay. Let's give the folks a look at the flan. It looks a little jiggly in the center.
Hold it down.
Good.
Okay, yep.
Dessert flan. Yes, yes. It is a little jiggly in the center. So it might be a little undercooked right in the middle. We'll find out here. Should be okay as far as that goes, but okay, dessert. Oh, that looks beautiful. The center's a little soft. I just think it hasn't had time to cool completely.
Jessica says, I chose cornflakes over Cheerios. What does everyone else choose? I like them both.
Yeah. I do too. Getting just the right amount of rum flavor.
It's really good.
It is. That little crunch of the sugar from the brulee is kind of nice. That's good.
And I'd say it's really good for my first flan because I don't ever remember having flan before.
No? Oh, okay. No, it's like it is a lot like creme brulee. Very velvety texture. And getting that little bit of crunch like you would from a creme brulee. That's nice. Oh, yeah. That is really good.
Ed likes Cheerios and cornflakes both.
Yeah, I like them both. I suppose if they was in front of me and I had to pick one, I'd probably choose cornflakes. But ask me on another day, and I might choose the other way. I don't know.
Between Cheerios and cornflakes, Ralph, he said, told Jessica he's not sure what we were voting on.
coffee or a cup of tea.
Yeah.
It'd go really good with this.
Greg told Eli, YouTube killed so many channels that I love. Miss Matt and Chris. And that weird guy, what's his name?
Well, we are running about 10 after. I'll go for maybe like another 5 minutes here. So let's take that opportunity to spout out with any dinner suggestions, dessert suggestions, comments or questions. Good time to do it. I'll finish up my dessert. Well, it turned out really good. I know I'll be soaking these. That flan is so good.
It is.
So smooth, so creamy. It is a lot like creme brulee. The flavor is slightly different because it's made with the sweetened condensed and evaporated milk instead of heavy cream, but the texture is really the same.
Ralph said not looking forward to the Guy Fawkes tonight. Last night a horse and goat freaked out and ran down the road. Both were returned safely to their owners though.
Oh, that's good. Well, hopefully everything remains calm and peaceful.
Natalie says, have you ever done pound cake? I can't remember if you did or not.
Well, I don't know because I make pound cake anyway from time to time. And I may have made it for dessert before I was asking for desserts, but we're going to write it down because I don't mind making pound cake. I love pound cake. So,
Lisa requested stuffed cabbage.
okay. So I got this head of cabbage. And I cut the inside out and I stuffed it with mayonnaise. Good? That'd be all right? Stuffed mayonnaise? Or stuffed cabbage? That must be going dingy. Stuffed mayonnaise. Oh boy. I know I done flipped my cracker now.
Ed says, how about a good old-fashioned meatloaf, mashed taters, and veggie of your choice?
This old guy gonna write it down. Nothing wrong with meatloaf.
Nope.
Wow. Pancakes is a pretty simple dinner. Look what I did to the kitchen. For 49 cents, it's not a bad looking lighter. Look at the fire I started with it. Very good. Well, I think I'm going to get on out of here, folks. Thank you for hanging in there and watching. Next Saturday night, we got some goulash on the menu, and I guess that just means old-fashioned, regular American type goulash, which is exactly what I'm going to do. And we'll see what side dishes get voted on, and we'll see what desserts get voted on, and take it from there. So everybody have a good week. I'm going to ask you, as always, to kind of give back somehow, some way to your community. If it's just helping out a neighbor do something, do that. But give back somehow, okay? And you all take care. I will see you next Saturday night.
And I'll write that down, Natalie. Good night.
Good night, folks.